What's up, everybody? I'm back. My apologies yesterday. I feel like I've been apologizing a lot lately, but I tend to like to bite off more than I can chew. This week's been evidence of that, but that's all right. Happy Monday, and I hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling good, staying healthy, and all of that good stuff. As always, we're going to warm up. If you're watching on the Instagram, head over to youtube.com/sketchaday.com if you want to chat. Otherwise, you're welcome to hang out, chill, but I will be responding to comments on the YouTube and requests. So, Lori was asking for a Ferris wheel last time. I figured I'd continue a bit of what I didn't get to yesterday with the robot, and then maybe do something automotive unless I am convinced otherwise. But thanks for hanging out. Just did a page of lines. Let's do some circles here. Get warm. Yeah, yesterday I had a little too much fun with my sister. Passed out, took a nap. And then I was like, I don't feel good. So that's the short story. But yeah, doing well today. So thank you. As always, check in. Let me know where you're watching from. Special thanks to our patrons. Patreons. Not sure what to call you guys ever. What's up, Explosive Yoda? Gregor. Perlado Fan. Raul. Luke. What's happening? Luke T. Solid supporter. He's bought sketches in the past. Thank you. Black Ross on the ones and twos. Oh my god. Anyhow, life's good, people. Despite everything going on, life is good. I'm excited for change. What's ahead? I think maybe it's part of the designer mentality. Whenever there's change, we embrace change. We look for opportunities. Now is our moment. So, hope you all are staying creative. As always, if you want to know what I'm using, you can use this link. Oops. That's my keyboard shortcut. There we go. You can use this link. What's up, Latrice? Boom. There we go. Check that out. Scotland. Nice. Mehul is asking, how do I draw circles? Well, you have to draw with your shoulder and your elbow. Alright, so I lock my wrist, and then my elbow is a pivot, and I'm also using my shoulder. So that's how I do it, and lots of practice. So do this stuff every day. Figure out what works for you. I'm just leveraging the existing circles here for my shapes, and then we're just gonna get started. I'm gonna use tracing paper today. I just feel like it. No particular reason. All right. Okay. So that's it for my warm-up. I used to do pages and pages of those when I was in design school, though. I would just sit, watch TV, and do lots of straight lines and whatnot. Explosive Yoda watching from England. Vietnam. Wow. That's pretty crazy. Okay. I figured I would do some kind of bot again because I didn't quite finish what I wanted to yesterday. So I'm just placing some legs here and then maybe some sort of body. Trying to be aware of what this final shape might be. Just kind of freestyling it today. Of course, if you need to, you can always rough things out as you are sketching. I think I mentioned yesterday I watched a sci-fi movie called Spectrum? I forget. Anyhow, The set piece design is just pretty incredible, so I just wanted to kind of carry a bit of that through. On this Robo Walker concept. Pretty typical thing that I draw, but still fun nonetheless. Maybe I'll do a couple of these if time permits. There I go again, biting off more than I can chew. I'm gonna commit to one to start, and then we'll see. I guess this kind of functions as a bit of a warm-up sketch too. Maybe there's some other weaponry or something up front. I don't know. Just making stuff up here. Just kind of freestyling as we go. Alright, so maybe something like that. The design portal. Yeah, you can share your stuff. That's fine. Just don't spam, but I don't mind if you guys share whatever it is you're working on. It's really annoying if somebody keeps saying, hey, pay attention, look at me. But other than that, I don't really care. So I guess usually I wait till the end of the show. I'll give you a chance to do that, but you're welcome to share your stuff. Totally fine. I think I have to approve it if you post a link, so just be patient. Anyhow, so maybe this is some sort of cannon on the front. If this is your first time, by the way, on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, turn on alerts. Because if you found this by chance, I want you to be able to come back and visit. And I do go live a lot. Sometimes I can be impromptu with when that happens. So if you want to catch the streams, don't cross the streams, but if you want to catch the streams, hit subscribe and turn on alerts, and you shouldn't miss. All right. So yeah, thanks for joining, hanging out. Tracing paper is fun. I like personally I like the grain of the paper, but also you can color on both sides, which is kind of nice. Also has like a slightly off-white appearance as well, which is kind of nice. If you're curious about any of that stuff, you can always check out the Sketchaday website, link I just posted, or yeah, in the YouTube, for the stuff I use. So if you're curious about that, check that out. If you do use the links, I should mention they are affiliate links, meaning I've taken time to collect and compose those pages. So when you do make a purchase, I get a kickback through Amazon that I used to buy materials myself. So full disclosure, but also a great resource if you're curious about materials. So Sketchaday Live, thanks again for joining on this Monday. I hope you had a good weekend. I was saying mine was too good. A little too good. Alright. Just kind of shading some dark areas here. Alright. Kind of like the idea that there's like a secondary little foot peg on this robot leg. So I'm gonna add that in. All right, something like that. Hello, Luis. Hello, hello. Takikoma from Ghost in the Shell. I'm not familiar with Ghost in the Shell. I mean, I know what it is. I'm just not like super versed or familiar, or claim to be. But perhaps I should be. Alright, maybe I'll do one more after this. What, 12 minutes in? Not too bad. Not too shabby. Just add some gray marker here. So these Papermate flares are nice again because they don't bleed with the marker. Unless you're like me and you put your fat hand on the paper before it dries. But other than that, it doesn't bleed. And that was the marker bleeding, I should mention. But I do want to show you something cool. Some of you have probably seen this before. Maybe not. I'm going to give this a chance to dry after I shade in a couple areas here. So flip this over. Once again, if you're watching on the Instagram and you want to interact, head over to youtube.com/sketchaday.com. That's where you want to be. Alright, so I can flip the paper over now and shade. So now I get two tones with the one marker. So I can shade where I've already markered, for example. Or I can shade where I haven't markered. Kind of get a half tone in there. A little bit of half tone. You can do the same thing with, thank you, Luke. Working on it. I got some peeps making some tracks. You can do the same thing with like your shadows on the back, just using this fatty black marker, for example. This thing is so stink. This will probably bleed. Oh, I guess not too much. Anyhow, you can kind of use this fatty black marker on the back for shadows and the like. Let that dry. Now when I flip it over, I have a cool like half shadow for this guy. We can use our white pens, some black pen sauce, make it all juicy and delicious. Thank you, Explosive Yoda. Lori. I was looking at Lori's name at the same time I said Yoda, so my apologies. But yeah, now I can add just a little line weight to, say, the bottom or any areas that might need it. So if you or anyone you know produces music and is open to helping me out, let me know. Looking for new tunes, jams for the channel that are pretty much copyright free, but happy to promote and help you out too. So let me know. Alright, I probably should stop here, but knowing myself, I'm gonna mess this up. Just kidding. Just a couple things I want to add. That's the bleed I was talking about there on the black marker. But There's our finished, mostly finished Robo Dude. Alright, just like that. Okay, so I'm going to set this to the side. Let's do another one. Let's do another. Alright, so I'm just going to start with some shapes and see kind of where this goes. I like the idea of maybe this is some sort of personnel carrier, maybe. Like you could sit in this thing and perhaps go somewhere. I think yesterday I kind of had a dude in the scene, never quite finished up, so I'll add some kind of dude here or person in this scene as well. But yeah, I kind of like the idea that maybe this is some sort of personnel carrier. Of course, like I was saying, I like those saddlebags or something on the back. So I'll just carry that through. Okay, up next I'm going to do Lori's Ferris wheel. After this one, she's been asking for a bit. Also a patron. Thank you for your support, Lori. Much appreciated. All right. Maybe there's some sort of blast shield that folds up. It's a part of this. Folds up and down. So yeah, reminder, if you want to participate in the chat, YouTube is the place to be. I'm not really watching the Instagram chat. But thank you for joining nonetheless. Whew. Water break. All right, let's go. So maybe this person does have a weapon of some sort. Let's get some legs going here. Arm and so forth. Just kind of get the general shapes in, and then I can add on whatever else I want to add on. It's kind of how I like to work. I'm not really great at drawing people, but I can get a silhouette. If I can get a silhouette rather going, then it tends to work out okay. So And I'll put them in a suit of some sort. Because why not? Why not have a suit, right? Alright, let's see. Let's switch up my music here. Thanks for joining once again. Whew, sorry. I've been tired lately. Anyhow, thanks for joining. Much love to you. Happy Monday. Hope you're staying safe. How were your coronavirus parties over the weekend? Just kidding. Almost has like a little bit of a Metal Gear vibe to it. I'm gonna make this robot leg obscured in fabric or something of the sort. Is that like a thing? Like, are people having parties to get coronavirus? I'm curious. It's like, hey, let's accelerate this. Let's go. I hope not. Anyhow, keep reading, stay informed, stay vigilant. I was listening to an interesting podcast this morning. Just kind of, new things we're learning about the virus. Really fascinating. So stay updated. And all of that good stuff. Alright. So kind of the same thing. I'll get some sort of shadow in here. I forgot to put that leg in, so I'll put a shape in there. Hope you guys checked out Danny's Instagram yesterday. I think I posted a link to his page. Just instagram.com/Danny. See. Maybe he's here today. I don't know. Oh wait, that didn't work. All right, there you go. Should be in the chat. All right. So once again, since I am using tracing paper, I can kind of shade on the front and the back. I'm going to obscure this foot with this rock because I really don't want to figure it out. It's my little cheat. All right, let's go get some more definition here. Shade in real quick. So one thing I like to do to give depth to a sketch, even with pen, is you kind of just shade things that are a bit further away. So don't worry about the detail as much and just kind of shade it in. You can do this with marker. In my case, I'm just doing this with pen. So now this functions more as a silhouette than a main part of the sketch. You kind of have to pick your battles, decide where you want to put your line weight, all of that good stuff. Just kind of block things in here. So notice as I'm doing these lines, I'm not scrubbing back and forth, but rather drawing a new line each time. For me, it makes it feel more intentional, just a little cleaner, more deliberate. So just something I like to do, but your mileage may vary. Do whatever works for you. All right. I'm trying to decide if I want to do any color here. Maybe just this green gray. Doesn't really feel like a green gray though. It's funny. Doesn't really feel like a green gray. Feels more like a green. But yeah, I like working this way sometimes because it's just really fast. There's my halftones. Now when I flip over, then I can get my full tones on the front. Or if I shade on the front and the back. Tracing paper really doesn't absorb the marker as much though, so you want to be careful. Give it a chance to dry before you flip or start shading in other stuff. Okay. And if you can't wait, that's alright. Just avoid putting your hand in line with where you just put that marker. Or even hold your marker up a bit further. And then you can apply it. See, my hand is so far from the marker. So that's because I'm holding my marker further up. So if you're comfortable with that, you can try that as well. But you're going to get that bleed on your paper underneath. Looks like I have a sketch in here. I wonder what this is. Oh, looks like some kind of tank. Anyhow, so there's my second sci-fi walker type thing. Here's our first one as well. Alright, cool. So let's jump to the Ferris wheel sketch request from the wonderful Lori. Always challenging when I get your suggestions. I'm gonna have to look up some reference though. Ferris wheel. Let's see. Let's see what these look like. Alright. So, okay. Alright. Cool. I think I got the gist of it. So, I'm gonna start with, I mean, you kind of have to decide your perspective, point of view. I could do this in a box, but I'm just gonna do some ellipses to start. 1, 2. Alright, something like that. And then let's find the center. This might be a bit messier sketch, but you guys know I tend to sketch fairly loosely anyways, as it is. But I can just tell already it's going to be kind of a loose sketch. Alright. And our central axis, maybe here. I'm going to have this stick out a bit. And maybe connect on the other side. So now I have to divide this into segments. And I'm going to... I think I'm going to go with like 16. Even though these seem to have a bit more. Okay. think I lost count here. Did I? Alright, I'm gonna have to start over. This is tricky. Alright, one more time. Let me get rid of this tank sketch. Yeah, I don't remember even doing this drawing. Fascinating. Apparently I was doing some sort of tank back in the day. Alright. One more time. Hey Tom, what's up? Hello, hello. Alright, 1, 2. Just gonna connect those, and then center right about there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And now 1, 2, 3. Something like that. 4. I keep messing up. All right. It's a good topic, Lori. This one's really hard. It's a good topic. I'm gonna fudge it though. It's really the divisions that are like messing me up. So maybe that was your intention, to see how those would go. But that's really the challenge I'm facing. So I've decided I'm just gonna fudge it. Fudge just means, for those who are wondering, I'm gonna fake it with some magic. But yeah, this is a this is a tough one for sure. Nothing like a carnival, Lori says. Yeah, I'll throw in some background stuff here. Maybe stuff that looks like a tent. We can have some little colored flags. I don't know. You can add some context to it. Actually, so if these are... Okay. I am like severely cheating on these ellipses, by the way. But we'll make it good. I'm going to focus on these front ones. And then... So this shape is just so in case you're wondering why that ellipse looks weird. I'm drawing something kind of like this. So from the front view, you kind of have this bubble pod. All right. So that's why these are a little rounder on the sides. But I think I can rescue this. I think I can rescue it. So not drawing all the technical bits here, but just enough to kind of hint at what the thing is. And we'll finish up with some color to kind of pop this whole thing. Alright, so now I'll throw some color on here. All right. Well, that's interesting. This marker set comes with a silver marker. Ooh, I'll have to try that out. Am I using chill lo-fi copyright free for stream? No. But some of the tracks are the same. Streaming services lately have been... not streaming services, but streamers have been inundated with takedown requests lately. So I'm trying to get some new music going. Because I don't know, like, the risky run is you could be streaming under the assumption that your music will be available, but then, you know, years later get some takedown notice, and that's not fun. So I'm trying to avoid that happening right now by seeing if you guys or any other friends, I have some friends working on some stuff, but if there's any interest to do that, to make some music for me. Alright, so these pods, I'm just gonna kind of shade around these highlights that I put in. And that should help this feel almost like a little glass pod. Sketch Day Live, thanks again for joining. If you're on the Instagram and want to interact, YouTube is the place to be. Up next, I think, let's see, what was on my list? I'm gonna do some sort of car with a body kit and just be ridiculous. I just felt like doing it. So yeah, if you want to interact, YouTube is the place to be. Hit me up. So shade on the back and the front, and you can get some nice variation in tone. Really, the nice thing about tracing paper is it's kind of nice with pencil as well. At least the paper I use. I can kind of come in after I do my marker and just add some quick pencil for shading. Has a really nice look to it. This is a Prismacolor Premier pencil, just a wax based, I think. It's a soft pencil, I'll just put it that way. I don't want to say it's wax based, but it is soft. Thank you. What's up, Catfish? This is not my I'm not super happy with this sketch just because it's super messy and weird. But it's also difficult to draw a Ferris wheel, it turns out. So, I guess I should say, not bad for a first attempt. Alright, a little bit of blue, almost like a background, but really just the sky here. Adrian, today's topic is I'm drawing whatever I feel like. I think Adrian said he's starting up a YouTube channel, so if you want to share that in the Discord, feel free. He's going to be teaching people how to draw products. So, best of luck to you, my man. Ugh. Okay. Like I said, I am just cheating this right now. But thank you. Lots and lots of cheats here. Geese, what's up? You missed me doing some robots. Did that earlier just to finish up and make up for yesterday where I partied a little too much, a little too hard, fell asleep, and then I was like, I don't think I can sketch right now. So just finish that up, and then Lori's been requesting a Ferris wheel, so I thought I would do that. Anyhow, Ferris wheel. Put some people in the scene if you want. And this is quite literally when I'm doing architectural stuff, how I indicate people for scale, whatnot. If you want to have some structures or whatever in the background, you can do that too. Alright. Starting at the basics, then moving up so people can draw whatever. It sounds a lot like my channel. It's interesting. Well, best of luck to you, man. Okay, so Ferris wheel. So yes, geese. This is what you missed. Did this sketch a little bit earlier. Right there. And then did this other little kind of robo-tank thing as well. And now I'm gonna do. Maybe I should do another Ferris wheel. I'll try another one. What time is it? It's 4:00. Yeah, I got time. I got time. The challenge with the Ferris wheel really is the divisions, I think. At least from my perspective. Yeah, I had too many potions yesterday, that's for sure. Too many potions. So let's try a little different perspective here. See if I can at least do a quick black and white sketch. This should be easier to get my divisions down. Alright, so now this is divided into 8, and if I want 16, I go 1. Alright. So 1, 2, 3. So this is where I keep getting messed up. Okay, that's divided there. So this one goes, right there. Okay, so now I should have 16 here. And then if I have 16 here, then I can do my little lovelies, the little people bubbles or whatever it is I'm doing. I guess perspective wise, if I'm above, if this is the horizon line and I'm above and below, these should kind of taper up toward the bottom. And then these should... let me think. Okay. Did my ellipse wrong there. Alright, so something like that. So with the ellipses, what I'm trying to do... do I want to show... I guess I could with this scrap piece. So if my perspective lines are like this, then I'm trying to make sure my minor axis is like that. Okay. So that's really what I want there. In case you're wondering. Since we all know I'm quote-unquote crazy with my ellipses. Someone said that once. Alright, so maybe something like that. And then just for simplicity and ease, I'm hoping this will work. All right. Yeah, best of luck to you, Adrian. The content game in 2020 is insane. So, yeah, let me know how that goes. Like it's freaking nuts right now. But kudos to you for building a resource, seeing a need, opportunity, and going with it. I figured it was a little easier to use the marker to get the shape down because the marker has some thickness and width to it that I won't have in... I'll just go ahead and make these supports dark. So instead of having to draw double lines, I can just draw with the marker and then kind of trace. So that's the idea there. And so now I think this is turning out a little bit better than the other one. Let's get our red piece in. Alright, just make the ends of these all red. I guess I wouldn't really see that. Would I? Let me think. Nope, I wouldn't. So it would be obscured, so I need to fix that one. It's all good. Alright. So there we go. So now I could theoretically come in with, I'll just use a pencil here. And add just a little shade to each of these. Again, just a quick way to add some volume. trick I learned when I was at Astro back in the day. So yeah, you can lay your marker down flat and then just add some pencil on top. It's a different look. Alright, if you want to go for a more pure look, definitely try and shade with your markers instead of a pencil, but you could still do it this way. Alright, so now I have the gray down, it makes it a lot easier for me to just draw parallel lines or straight lines where they need to be. So sometimes you can work, I guess backwards, forwards, whatever. With your marker, do the gray marker first, get your thickness. And then sketch on top of it. Takes a lot of the pressure off getting things right all at once. Gives yourself a guide. And then the lines kind of help add some fidelity to what you're doing. Alright, so a little bit better, but practice makes better, right? Not bad for my second Ferris wheel ever. I would probably, if I were doing this again, I'd probably take a closer look at the technical underpinnings of the Ferris wheel just to make sure I'm representing it somewhat accurately, correctly. This is probably bogus in a lot of ways, but as a symbol for a Ferris wheel, I think it does. I think it's all right. And if you think of a sketch as a symbol, not reality, then I think that's fine. Some tents, maybe some big flag action happening in the background. I don't know. It's fair time. Let's go. People lining up to get in the Ferris wheel. Alright, so there's obviously two sides to this, so let's go ahead and kind of hint at that. One way to do this, actually, I'm doing this the hard way right now, but one way to do this would have been to take like some lighter gray marker and then apply that on the back side of the tracing paper. So maybe I'll go ahead and do that. So that was a cool gray 6. Let's use this cool gray 4. Alright, so something like that. So you kind of have the two levels in there. All right, so there you go. So sometimes if you're if you're clever, you can find little ways to either trick your viewer, or if you want to go ahead and do the hard work, you can do the hard work. Also fine. The extra line weight here just helps pull the front spokes forward and push the other spokes back, right? So that's the idea. Help clean up some of what's happening here as well. Alright, something like that. Okay, so there's one kind of trident or underlay here. Here's another quick one. So, two different points of view, two different Ferris wheels. Hello, Eves, what's up? Joshua, hello, hello. Manuel, will I consider doing something with chalk pastels in the future? Sure, anything's possible. Anything is certainly possible. Alright, I'm hoping this works out, but I'm not in love with this silhouette here. Let's see. See if I can salvage this and then maybe do an overlay, because I think that's what I'm going to have to do. So I was just trying to start with the silhouette of the vehicle instead of you know, starting with wheels and all of that. But yeah, I wanted to do almost something a little GTR-esque and just ridiculous in terms of body kit stuff, super low to the ground, you know, where the wheels are like basically touching. There's hardly any clearance or anything like that. Just redonkulous. You know, hood scoop and all that sauce. Now, I do not have bigger tracing paper, so I'm just going to have to sketch on some bigger marker paper, which is currently eluding me. Maybe I will. I mean, I could sketch it this way too, but I want room for like the big foil in the back. All right. I'll open up this guy. Instagrammers, you have a minute left, by the way. And then the stream will end. So if you want to catch more, head over to the YouTube. That's where I'll be. That's where I'm answering chat questions anyways. So it is the place to be. Bruno, do I know how to draw manga style? No, but I could figure it out. It's not something I've been particularly interested in, but I could probably figure it out. Now I want to draw even bigger. Alright, so I've got my car sketch under here. So yeah, about 10 seconds left on the Instagram, so head over to youtube.com/sketchday.com if you want to catch the rest of the stream. Thanks for hanging, guys. All right. So now that I have my underlay, I can just re-sketch what I had. Not trace, just re-sketch, redraw, keep it fresh. I like these cut A-pillars on cars right now. Maybe that's super played out, but I do kind of Kind of love it. Oh, pardon me. All right. And let's get back figured out. I kind of like this line kind of shooting up here. Maybe that becomes part of the tail light or something. I don't know. But I like that line, this kind of interplay happening on the side. So maybe this is some sort of cyberpunk racer, I don't know, with a body kit. That's what it feels like it's turning into. Let's see. Boom. Adrian says that Letraset paper is god level. It's alright. It's old. It's like really, really old. I haven't used it in so long. So it is a little bit yellowish. I guess this car has a little bit of a cab forward look. And yeah, I wanted to have just some ridiculous spoiler in the back. So I'll include that here. Man, you guys are getting eagle-eyed. I can't trick you anymore. So I gotta get tighter with my perspective on you. Well, that's good. Keeps me honest, keeps me sharp. Thanks for hanging out. And thank you to those who have emailed me your sketches to look at. I will take a look at those, I'm hoping tomorrow or maybe later today if I don't pass out again. Yeah, I shouldn't though because it's a weekday. No one passes out on a weekday, right? Alright, let's get these redonkulous rims in. Alright. Basically no ground clearance on this guy. basically. Alright, I'm trying to decide if I want to do this with marker or not. Just for time's sake and all of that. Or maybe I'll continue it later. Just leave it here for now. Thanks, Lori. Take care. What's up, He-Man? Thank you for hanging out, Lori. Hope you enjoyed the sketch. Alright, once again, if this is your first time, hit subscribe, turn on alerts so you don't miss when we go live. There's like some funky stuff happening here on the back, so I'm gonna have to cheat a little bit. Alright, fine, I'll color it up. Let's do red. Alright, so my goal whenever I do this is to just kind of lay down the general areas that are going to be receiving reflections, leaving white spots for highlights, generally speaking upward facing surfaces as well. Paying attention to the center line of the object. If you notice on the top I kind of had this large area that I alluded to being a highlight. Just by nature of the shape and the exclusion there, so leaving that as a highlight. Alright, so something like that. And if you want to get good at reflections on cars or anything shiny, really, you just need to pay attention to kind of what you're seeing when you do look at those things in real life, and then figure out ways to abstract and represent that as you're drawing. Which you're probably going like, huh? But what I'm saying is there's a lot you can learn by just paying attention to what you see and then trying to replicate those things in your sketches. I don't even know what this red's gonna look like. I'm like a little nervous though. Alright, that'll work. So I just wanted a little darker red here for contrast. This is like a really cheap marker brand, so I have no idea how this is gonna actually turn out. Well, I say it's cheap, but I really don't know. I just got them for free. So I'm assuming they're cheap. Plus, I've never heard of the brand before. Parkour. Parkour marker. Thank you, Explosive Yoda. Whew. Car sketches are just a lot of work in general, man. So I don't love to necessarily do them. They're a lot of work. A lot of freaking work, I tell you. Hello, Mohammed Khan. Thanks for joining. Just kind of markering in some silhouettes for an interior here, but not committing to any details. I'll also enhance that with a bit of darker marker when I'm ready. Okay, let's finish up our rims and wheel. Right. We'll just keep building the contrast as we go. Thanks again for joining Sketch-A-Day Live. Just felt like wrapping up with a car sketch today. So sometimes I like to add a kind of secondary light to the sketch. In this case, just this neon pink. And that is to say, perhaps there is a light coming in from the other side. See you, Eves. Take care. Okay, Mohammed. Thank you. All right. Let's keep going here. Okay, I really don't like these cheap markers. Of all the cheap markers I've used, they are pretty ridiculous. Although, like I said, that silver marker is interesting. Supposedly it lays down actual silver color. Maybe we can try it here. Yeah, it does. That is silver, all right. Or perhaps these foils could have some silver on them. I'll probably mess up my sketch doing this, but whatever. Yeah, it's already like dried out. Thank you, Progyan. Alright, that silver marker did not work out too well, so I'm gonna relegate that to the tips here of my spoiler that I've placed on my vehicle, my giant spoiler. Maybe just add some rivets or something. Something like that. A little bit of shading in the front, line weight, and so forth to pull out some of these details. Pink is really intense. It's really intense, but that's what I get for using cheap markers today. So we'll tone that down. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Alright, let me see if I can fix this a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe it's lost forever. Okay, I need like a dark red. So the problem with cheap markers, you don't get a nice color range. So jumping to the Copic here. There we go. Alright, something like that. Get some shadows in. And I think I'm gonna make this maybe like one red stripe or a couple red stripes. Let's see. So I could do like one here. Then maybe just do like a black tip on the back. Or something dark. Hello, Samarth. Thanks for joining. I'm just wrapping up here. This will be my last sketch today. So if you want to catch the replay, that will be posted on the channel. I haven't been editing segments lately. As I'm trying to finish up some other projects in life. But there you go. Alright, I need a red a little bit darker in the middle here. So yeah, these are my Copic reds. I love using them, but I try not to use them too much on the stream. Because I gotta keep them good. I gotta keep them fresh. So Ohuhu markers are a good alternative to Copic markers so far that I've found. You can check those out. All information is on my website at this link. Check it out if you're interested in learning about the tools that I use. Alright guys, if you need to plug something, websites, Instagram, whatever it is you're working on, feel free to share your link. I will approve each of those as I get them. Do I use pastels for light effects? I can, I just don't have them right now available, so I'm not using them today, but you can. That's something you can certainly do. I'm trying to decide if I want to do black here on this sketch for shadow and whatnot. Choices. Maybe just a little something for reflectivity in the hazy. Alright, something like that. I'm gonna call it good there. Alright, there's my ridiculous vehicle of the day. Thank you for hanging out, guys. So yeah, feel free to plug your website, YouTube channel, whatever, for the last couple seconds here as I wrap up. Thanks again for your support, for watching, for hanging out, chatting, asking questions, making suggestions, challenging me. All good and very welcome. So thank you. All right, I will be back tomorrow around the same time. So if you have suggestions, hit up the Discord. Let me know. I know we had some Harry Potter requests, so maybe I'll do a little bit of that tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Love you all. Thank you. Hope you had fun. And yeah, definitely give me feedback. Let me know what you think. If you have suggestions, questions, comments, all of that stuff. If you like what you watched today, hit subscribe, turn on alerts. Give me a like, follow, all that good stuff. Even if you hate it, just like it and turn on alerts. Because, you know, haters are welcome too. All right. Take care. Peace out. Happy Monday. And I'll see you next time right here on Sketch-A-Day. Peace and love.